Currently, New York City is the largest city in the United States and the 8th largest in the world. New York is known for vibrant nightlife, award-winning restaurants, and breathtaking productions. And at times, it feels like you're in the center of the universe. As a result, a lot of people want to live here. There's a lot of demand, very little supply, usually about 2%. Because of this, there's a lot of things going on that you need to be informed. I've seen a lot of people make poor decisions, poor rentals, simply on the fact that they don't know what they're going against. So my goal of this video is basically to inform you about how to rent an apartment in New York City. Hi, my name is Evan Rugen. I'm a licensed real estate agent in New York City, and today I'm going to inform you about how to rent an apartment in the greatest city in the world, New York, baby. That being said, if you do have any experience renting in another state or country, please throw out those expectations. New York City has a rental market that's unparalleled by any other market out there, and if you hold on to those expectations, you will end up frustrated and disappointed. Now that we have the expectations, let's get to how to rent. Step 1. Determine how much rent you qualify for. Typically, New York City landlords are looking for a renter to make 40 times the monthly rent. So if you're looking at a $2,500 apartment, take that number, multiply by 40, and you would get $100,000. So you should expect to make $100,000. Okay, what if you don't make $100,000? You have options. The most common that I've seen is a guarantor. A guarantor can be a family member, a friend, anybody really that will guarantee your lease and make sure the bills get paid. Now to be a guarantor, you supply the same paperwork as a renter, and you're expected to make 80 times the monthly rent. Okay, great. A common question I get is, what if I'm moving in with a spouse or I have multiple guarantors? That's fine. Just combine their income. So if you're moving in with your girlfriend, combine your income with your girlfriend. If you have a guarantor that doesn't quite make 80, you can always get another guarantor and they will be on the lease. It's not a problem at all. Okay. No guarantor, don't make 40 times. You still have options. Another thing I've seen is you can put money up front in the form of rent or security from 1 to 12 months. And another issue that you might run into is, what I get asked is, what if I have bad credit? If you have bad credit renting in New York City, it's very tough to get an apartment. Now this is on a landlord to landlord basis, so you should consult your broker and see how there's ways to get around this. Step 2. Get your paperwork together. New York City is an extremely fast-paced real estate market, so it's important you come prepared. Here's what you'll need. Photo identification. This can be a driver's license or a passport. Bank statements. 2 most recent with a revolving balance from your checking and savings. LOV, the letter of employment. If you're at a large firm, just speak to HR. They can punch one out in 10 minutes. If you're at a smaller firm, speak to a higher up. They can usually point you in the right direction. If you're self-employed, you're going to speak to your accountant or your CPA, and they're going to have the CPA write how long you've been in business and what your compensation is. On these letter of employments, make sure it says your compensation, how long you've been there, and of course the firm's name and your name as well. Finally, you'll need the tax return. Just the 2 most recent with the cover page, again, verifying your compensation. Step 3. Speak to the people you're going to be living with about apartment preferences. This could be your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your roommates, really whoever you're going to be living with. And this entails location, price, apartment amenities, whether you want a nicer kitchen or bigger windows. Make sure everyone who's living in the apartment is on the same page. Also, if there's a deal breaker, something that you need for the apartment, make sure you convey that to your broker early in the transaction before it becomes an issue when you're finally out looking for a home. Step 4. Reach out to friends and family. Ask them if they know of any apartments coming available in your desired location or budget. This very seldom works, but hey, it's worth a shot. Step 5. Choosing a broker. If your friends and family don't know of any apartments coming available, your next step would be to get in contact with a broker. Step 6. Begin looking for an apartment. Generally, New York City renters look 3 to 4 weeks prior to their move-in. Bottom line, if you look any earlier, there's not going to be a whole lot of inventory, and if you look any later, a lot of the inventory is going to be depleted. So 3 to 4 weeks prior is the sweet spot. And again, New York City renters, they come prepared. They have all their paperwork in check. So if you're going to be looking 3 to 4 weeks prior, make sure you have all this stuff ready to go. Step 7. Find an apartment you like. You walk into a place, it looks great, you love it. This is the most important thing we're going to talk about today. You see that apartment, you put in a deposit as soon as possible and get your following paperwork in immediately. What I've seen a lot of my former customers do is they see a place, it looks great, they love it, they tell their friends, they post on Facebook, and then by the time they come in to put in the deposit, somebody else has taken it off the market by putting in a deposit. Step 8. Wait. You've submitted your documentation and deposit to the landlord. Now it usually takes 2 to 10 business days to hear back. Once you hear back, you will have a decision. Step 9. Get a response from the landlord. There are 3 options here. 1. Yes, you're approved. Go sign that lease ASAP, throw a party. 2. No. Unfortunately, there is something that went wrong either with the apartment or your documentation. You should consult your broker and see how you're going to approach the next apartment to get best results. 3. Yes, with conditions. Thus meaning, they'll take you as a tenant, but there may be some additional things that you need to provide. This may be a guarantor, additional rent, or additional security. Step 10. Sign the lease. Go to your bank, get bank certified checks, not personal checks. Make sure they're addressed to the correct entity. Come to lease signing, make sure all names are spelled correctly, sign the lease. You will then be given keys to either your broker, the super, or the management company. Move in, greet your neighbors, have a housewarming party, and if you had a positive experience with your broker, leave him a great review as well, and build that relationship for life.